Welcome back to the Dragon Den. My loyal Dragonites, King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Jada Toy Street Fighter 2 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, Player 2 Chun Li. And so here we have Player 2 Chun Li posed and out of the packaging, and before we have a look at the figure, let's run through her accessories. Chun Li does come with 3 different head sculpts which all look really good, as well as 3 sets of hands for various style posing, her lightning kick accessory piece, and her Kikoken effect piece. Finally, we do get a smiling head sculpt for the Player 1 Chun Li. So overall, some great accessories here with Chun Li. So with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at Player 2 Chun Li. Taking a look at this version of Chun Li, it's the exact same sculpt that we had a look at with the Player 1 version and the Target exclusive version. The main difference is instead of wearing blue or red, she's wearing pink. Taking a look at her head sculpt, it's the exact same head sculpt that we've had a look at in the past. It's a very beautiful head sculpt with the makeup around her eyes being exceptionally well done. She has some rosy cheeks as well as pink lips which bring the look all together nicely. And then her buns up on her hair are actually done in a lighter pink which looks good and matches the rest of her outfit. As far as her costume goes, there's absolutely nothing new here as it's that same sculpt that we've had a look at in the past. The main difference is that this version is done in pink plastic, which is actually very vibrant. And the accents going around her dress are done in this really beautiful gold paint. And the paint job is superb as it hits the marking perfectly, especially on the raised parts of her outfit. Taking a look at her arms, she's still wearing those big puffy sleeves with some really good paint applications. The gold on the sleeves is very clean, and as you move on to her arms you can see some subtle shading. The shading hits the high and low parts of her skin perfectly, which brings out a lot of detail here. And of course she is wearing her spike braces, which are done in a dark brown plastic. And the spikes on her braces are painted in this really dark gunmetal. Her dress piece is still done nicely with some really good sculpting here, and the paintwork on the edges is clean. Her legs are done in darker plastic simulating the stockings that she wears. Comparing it with the other 2 figures, it's pretty much the exact same. If there's any difference in the plastic, it's very minute. But the muscle definition here in her legs is still superb. And the look comes together nicely, coming all the way down to her light pink boots. The boots still have some impressive sculpt work, both in terms of detailing, where we do have some folds and wrinkles, as well as the laces sculpted in nicely. And oddly enough, her feet are once again painted and not cast in the same color as her boot. So overall, still a great detailed figure by Jada Toys, and even though it's just done in pink, it still looks really good. It honestly feels like the paintwork on this Chun Li is the cleanest that we've seen from any other version that Jada Toys has produced. With her paint and detail out of the way, let's compare Chun Li to our usual suspects. Here we have Chun Li posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman, Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man, the Lightning Collection White Ranger and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. Here we have Chun Li posed next to the Jada Toys Evil Ryu and Violent Ken. And for one final comparison, here we have the 3 versions of the Jada Toys Chun Li. So as you can see, she fits in nicely with the rest of your Street Fighter collection, and she fits in perfectly with 1/12 scaled figures. With her comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at Chun Li's articulation. Chun Li has a ball joint in the head and a hinge in the neck. Arms go out to the side and do a full 360. A swivel in her bicep and double hinges in her elbow. Chun Li does have a hinge and swivel at her wrist. Chun Li has a ball joint in her upper torso and a ball joint in her lower torso. Her legs do kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. She has a double bend in her knee, a swivel at her boot, a hinge in the ankle, and forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, it's the exact same articulation that we saw with those previous 2 Chun Li figures, and it still works flawlessly here. Everything on her feels buttery smooth, and there's hardly any resistance on any of her joints, so I don't feel like anything's gonna break. So with everything said and done about the Comic-Con exclusive Chun Li, let's get her posed for my final thoughts. It has been known for some time that we were going to get a Player 2 version of Chun Li, and I'm really happy to finally have her in my collection. In true fighting game fashion, she's essentially just a repaint of a figure we've gotten in the past. However, I still like what Jada Toys has done here. I do like the inclusion of the smiling head, and the expressive hands go together nicely, bringing a new look to Chun Li. I'm also really happy that Jada Toys went back and gave us a Player 1 smiling Chun Li head as well. I think the effect piece I'm most happy about is we finally get a Kikoken here for Chun Li. And one thing I absolutely love is the articulation here on Chun Li. Everything feels so smooth and buttery. I don't feel any resistance in any joints, so I have to say that Jada Toys is getting much better with joint retention. I can see why a lot of people would pass on this figure, seeing as how she is just basically a repaint, but in true fighting game fashion, that's basically what Player 2 costumes are. The one major drawback here to Chun Li is that she is a Comic-Con exclusive figure. She was available both at Comic-Con and on Jada Toys' website for about $35, and I did pick up mine from the Jada Toys website. Surprisingly, there wasn't a hassle to get this Chun Li, which I was actually looking forward to a fight, but it was really easy getting her. And surprisingly, at the time I'm making this video, Chun Li is still available on the Jada Toys website, so if you are looking for a Player 2 Chun Li, you can still pick her up directly from Jada Toys. With that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my Street Fighter and Jada Toys collection. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I am King of Dragons 5000, reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.